Welcome to Purple Haze, previously written in 2001.
Back as a little last years on my pillow had me working the block hard as a Brillo pad, researching the block high off a Nickelback. Searched my room, found my chrome mini mag. Now we own one and won't give my pistol back. Guess he didn't figure I'm with the hate scene. Mama said I'm 18, so I gotta shake scene. So I move on my daydreams like the 18. Oh money, oh money, oh over, oh. Not funny, no. Gotta have you, this world is so cold. With THC all through my respiratory.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AWF Chaos. It's a new day. Oh, and I'm right. Hey, boy, I'm beside Agent A. Wait. Ha! I'm Agent A. I'm beside Agent K. We're live from New York City, Queens, New York, and me and K are ready to see a hell of a card. Nahir Robles and Lil Kim are on and out first, K, for #1 contention for the AWF Women's World Championship. Either one of these two ladies will be facing the winner of tonight's main event.
And the road is certainly heating up on the road to end of days. The women's division has been like firecrackers. There's a match here, a match there. And Nahir Robles, Lil Kim, certainly two brash and braggadocious young women from New York. And this should be a good one. I can tell you that right now. Both similar in their upbringing, but I'm not sure similar in their wrestling styles. As you can see, Nahir Robles has really put on a few pounds of muscle.
And
looking jacked.
Lil Kim, she was able to keep her career off a technicality. A double count-out loss it was for her and Avery a few weeks back when her career was on the line. And now here she is again. And look, man, listen, you can say Lil Kim looking as lavish as ever. She is going to get the love from New Yorkers. One thing I think everyone has to understand about Kim is that this woman can actually, she's a damn good wrestler. To think she's not would be, I think insane to me at least. I mean, she's walking down, she's ready. She's always been, technically sound in that ring. She started off as more as a scrapper, but the more time she got here, she definitely can, slap a hold on. And yes, this is, again, very acclaimed rapper Lil Kim, but if somehow, some way she were to, pull out the right tricks out the bag, I wouldn't be surprised. But however, again, up against Robles, we might see just how wide the skill gap could be between Kim and Robles here now. #1 contenders for the Women's World title, the bell sounds. They can face either the Enigmatic Violet or Queen Spears for the world title. And now Robles is going to be walking Kim over onto the ropes. And this is what I mean, Kay. Robles is the veteran of this matchup. And, she's been a women's champion across the territories and such. But here in the AWF, that Women's World title it's escaped her somehow as Kim gets back up. It's a huge drop kick. Kim is already fighting down. Robles getting some good control of the match. Kay, now she's against the ropes. Here's Kim. This could be the little turning point she needs off the ropes with a big knee right there. Then a double stomp. Nice.
And you can see that Lil Kim has certainly adjusted to the AWF landscape. I mean, she's been training with Oleana and a lot of other women in the locker room. She already had what you need in the Active Wrestling Federation, which is aggression. She just needed to focus it, and you're seeing her right now actually winning against a woman who is, as we speak, holding.
The match just started.
Well, I mean, you can see that there's a clear advantage as Kim works on the arm of La Chica.
And she continues to grabbing the arm and then going for the legs, torso, body shots. Good little technical wrestling. This is what I mentioned that Kim can do. And it's, something that's more so, I'd say, a test to her age. She can't exactly do all the innovative things most wrestlers today are known. She is from a time where, the 90s, 2000s and such, even the 80s you can put there, where wrestlers really did take things slow. And that's how Kim fights. For better or, for worse for her opponents, I'd say. And she's doing it right now to Robles. Here, despite some good shots and throws, it seems like Kim is just picking various parts of the body to try and dissect that.
Once again, number one contenders match for the Women's World Championship. It could be, like my partner said, the Enigmatic Violet or Queen Spears, who is the current reigning defending champion. Has been doing good in that regard.
And we're here in Queens, New York, as several shots get rained down to the stomach of Nahir Robles and Lil Kim. Nope, it's Kim now getting some shots to the torso, and see Killgore signs. Killgore does have a matchup later, a title eliminator matchup, and here now the leg and the cover 1-0.
Picture perfect Michinoku driver by Nahir Robles. You know, this women's division A is unlike anything that I've seen in professional wrestling. I mean, almost every single woman in the locker room has world championship potential. And
look at that!
And that's exactly what I mean. The ability to adapt in the ring, catching that armbar over the top of the rope, and now Kim.
A drop kick! I didn't think I'd see her do that now.
Now there's a lot of hang time.
And then she flies at her with a fist. Abdominal drop. Here comes Robles, but reversing out of the way. Robles is going to take Kim to the ground. In this number one contenders matchup, we're seeing a lot of technically sound wrestling from Kim, as aforementioned. And now I can say, okay, it's getting her to the dance, perhaps. And oh, man, look at this. Double knees, staying on her feet.
Well, street fighting and brawling can only get you so far. And unless your last name is Moxley or Funk, I don't think that's going to bring you to a world championship.
And now, here's Kim, now getting into it with the crowd, talking down on Robles. And here, it'll be a huge stain for Robles if she, with the resume she has, PWI's top 250 women across the world. Oh, man. Oh, wait, down now. She would have lost to Kim. Down now, too, and there now.
The shoulders were stacked up high on that dragon suplex. It's beautiful technique by Kim there. Nahir Robles has not sustained any amount of momentum in this matchup. And one could say that's surprising if they haven't been paying attention to Lil Kim's career in the AWF.
There's no way.
And yet, another
as I mentioned, this is Lil Kim, yes, but she does everything the right way when she's in the ring. I mean, for the last few months, I'd say she has never once looked lost. At one point, she definitely had rookie wrestler, rookie, displays. But for a good while now, I mean, really, who else is doing it like this?
It looks like the Puerto Rican princess is really trying to shake off those nerves. She needs to capture that intangible, that X factor.
Oh, man. And down. Look at that. Look at that.
That's a Kimura lock from Lil Kim. And if you're Robles, you're beating yourself up because you let her get that. With all the experience on the independents.
And there. Kim, of course, only wrestling on the AWF scene and such. And there, double X handle off the ropes and miss. But Kim is able to get her momentum back. It is all about momentum. All sports is, if you can go on a run, you're more likely to win the game. And right now, she is getting walked on.
And that's the attitude. That's the swagger we know.
Double shot right there, and it continues to stay up. And after this matchup wraps, we have a first report as to who the new owners of the AWF Chaos brand are, and quite excited to reveal. Get that? Oh, and no, and another Kimura lock, and it's very interesting. Kim's getting these standing up. Look at her. Oh my! Come on, and out.
And a dragon sleeper right there, and Nahir Robles knees to the forehead.
Beautiful technical display, but Robles fights back, and this is exactly what she needed. Clotheslines, trifectas. Now, down goes Kim.
Finding a way to crank up the momentum. Oh, and a flying armbar from Kim. Are you kidding me?
Down
Robles
is
has got
Nahir.
nowhere to go. Oh, and a sharp elbow once again. She's finding a way to escape, but H&A, I'm afraid that if Kim keeps applying these holds, she's not going to be able to escape. She might just...
And... goodness!
Get caught in something too tight.
Down goes 1, 2...
Oh my God, and that was...
almost a kill shot.
A hair's length away.
And here comes Kim back to her feet. Kim, she's running away. Lil Kim, maybe now realizing just how close she potentially is to competing in her first AWF Women's World Title matchup. And Robles isn't going to let her get the chance. This is a match that's... this is DQs happen. They're not allowed to. There's a 20 count.
It's not a
They're in the
false
freaking
count
crowd.
anywhere. This is not a street fight. This is not a no holds barred match. Pins and submissions must happen in the ring, but both these women aren't really concerned with that right now. They're concerned with a fight.
And all folks in the crowd getting more. They're certainly getting their money's worth as the ladies fight within and amongst New York City. And down the stump right there, a jawbreaker to Nahir. And Lil Kim gets a popping uppercut. Number one contender, you got to think of your Queen Spears. You continue to watch the hunger of this division, knowing what you're defending the belt against tonight, and what you might be defending up against later on. I mean, you still got to keep your eye on the fastball, but this has got to be intimidating. And now both ladies realizing the count is soon to get wrapped up.
Nahir Robles was just whooping Lil Kim all across Queens.
15 count, here it is. And Kim still not back in the ring as Nahir looks to break the count. Nahir maybe, displaying some extra hunger than we see her with.
And Robles perhaps unintentionally broke the count. Wanted to get her hands on Kim, but it might backfire in a bad way right now.
As Kim is up.
Oh my God!
The back of her head hit the barricade. And K, that could be bad and crucial. As here comes up again Kim, and the barricade burst wide open.
And those shots to the head would really ring your bell. And you don't know where you are when somebody's covering you.
And onto the concrete, back first, right beside us to me and K's right. Lil Kim and Robles are engaged in comment here in this AWF Chaos opener live from New York City. And here now, it's going to be Kim with a back suplex.
There's going to be across the shoulder blades. There's going to be across the spine.
Here now, and good God Almighty. Now goes to 8 is the count. And here, walking aside, throws her in the ring.
And finally, both women returning to the ring, but has the damage already been done? We're going to find out. Kim with a flying elbow. Now, for the atomic drop, Robles reversing. What's the Puerto Rican princess got in mind?
And another standing Kimura lock. Could this be the spelled end for Nahir Robles? No, it's not. Kick to the face.
Oh.
Kim, wrap around the float. That's a dragon sleeper. For the people at home, ladies and gentlemen, locked in tight, away from the ropes. Nahir. And now
Spears and Violet have got to be watching this. Watching these two rough and tough young ladies really going after it. And this is just to be in the match to challenge for the world championship. Just think about that. Kim with these kicks. Down low, now up high.
And slowly now Nahir Robles back to her feet. The lockup. Oh, wait, look at this.
Once again, Kim has been targeting that arm all night long. Has been neutralizing the superior strength of La Chica de Ola Ola.
And, of course, taking the slow approach. And Kim. Oh, man. What else now? What else?
And once again, it's going to be this penalty kick. If Kim hits it, that might be... Whoa! Robles dodged.
And a nice pop to the face.
Oh, my goodness. That was a haymaker.
Nahir gets the shot she's been waiting for. Kim at the top turnbuckle now. Nahir Robles, right hand, has Lil Kim over the shoulders, so high.
This is
she
going to
can
be
kiss
big
the sky.
time.
It's a slam. Hooks the leg down. 1, 2. Lights out. Kim. Nahir Robles is going to the world title match.
Valiant effort by Kim. But the innovative powers, so to speak, of Robles were too much to bear for her. That power slam off the middle rope, my God, what an impact that was.
And it most certainly was, K. And, well, here's the number one contender. Kenneth Killgore is up next with his number one contenders match of himself, title eliminator. K, are you ready to hear our new bosses?
Well, lay it on me. I've been dreading this all week.
It is, ladies and gentlemen, Seth frickin' Rollins.
Joking.
And he's not alone.
He's not alone.
He's along with the man.
Oh my
the myth, the legend, Becky Lynch. What do you mean there are owners? What do you on Chaos?
Architects
Actions Entertainment
and the man.
in the grasp
Oh
of
my God! If I have to hear that God-forsaken laugh,
Jesus, what money can buy. How do they even get? I mean, I know that they're pretty well off, but they have enough to buy. I mean, the good news about this, ladies and gentlemen, is that they haven't brought an entire bit of Action Entertainment, but the AWF Chaos show itself, it is. They have no palm or quarrel with TIF. They don't have any of their grubby hands on TIF. So, if you're worried about me and Kay losing our jobs, you can always find us over there. But, Kenneth Killgore is out here. I wonder how he feels about that now, damn it.
Well, I'm sure he has an opinion, as does everyone in the AWF locker room. I'm not sure there's a lot of fans of those two in the locker room. I can tell you
there's
right now.
There's a lot of them out here in the crowd.
Well, that
might
guess
come
what?
to...
They paid tickets to see an AWF show, and I'm sure they didn't want Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch to make an appearance.
Dear God, I would have preferred they said Bischoff.
Okay, we're okay. We're stretching the truth now. All right, that's.
And here now, on and out, ladies and gentlemen. Oh no, that CJ Speed, and oh man, he has support
into existence. Of course, this kid would love these two.
And I'm gonna get word on these two later on, and those. But right now, we're focusing on CJ Speed. While the new owners of Chaos walk down to watch this match, and I can only but hope they're better than the other owner. Listen, Anthony Kingsley used to stick his hair into a lot of business that did not belong to him. I mean, for the love of God, if you're looking at one of these
and what's this? What's this? You don't call this sticking your nose in somebody else's business? They say birds of a feather, right?
Yes.
CJ Speed is as much of an opportunist as Seth Rollins was and Becky Lynch was. And I can even say we're not going to forget the aforementioned heist of the century, one of the biggest Money in the Bank catches of all time, and the fact that Becky Lynch won the 2018 Women's Royal Rumble after she had lost the SmackDown Women's Championship earlier in the night. Can you believe that? That's your opportunity right there. She got two opportunities, Becky Lynch. The world certainly does favor some people, doesn't it?
I think you need to listen to the song, because they might be speaking to us, Kay. You ain't gotta like it, but these fans, they gonna love it, because they are roaring and cheering. And Kay is, Kenneth Killgore is, home. He is a New York. Both of these, stem from New York.
The entire borough of Queens is lobotomized, right? Not a single one of these people.
Everyone?
Yeah. They share half a brain cell between each and every single person in this room, including Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. And here we go now. Kenneth Killgore going immediately to work with a time bomb to CJ Speed. This kid knows nothing about that. The Terminator is going to put a lashing on him.
And now CJ Speed, that is what he is known for. Speed, agility, trying to get out the way, trying to evade. Speed put on a few pounds of muscle, but there's barely any bits of pounds of muscle any AWF competitor can put to go up against Kenneth Killgore. He is going to be the dominant force in nearly any matchup he's in, as we see right now. When you get Kenneth Killgore, you get a Kurt Angle, you get an AJ Styles, you get a long list of high IQ wrestlers, and you put them in one, and you get Kenneth Killgore, as aforementioned. Look at him go! And I like CJ Speed, I do, but this young man has quite a mountain to climb. He has 10 minutes to get a pinfall or submission or outlast Kenneth Killgore. That's a long time in that ring. And, ever since this newfound way of things, only Lamb has been able to outstand that 10-minute timer. As here now, Killgore gets a right hand to the face, sever one of them, and down he goes. CJ Speed, leaving only Lamb and Diamond Taker when it's going up against a steep hill.
I really question how
right hand
two miserable people such as our new owners at ringside can make
slap down spinning toe hold
a wonderful, wonderful little girl. I mean, the world is cruel, because that girl's gonna have to grow up and realize her parents are Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch. Can you imagine that?
You are horrible.
Well, I'm just sending it like it is.
And here now, oh my God, is here Agent K And I watch as CJ Speed and Kenneth Killgore. Look at this. CJ Speed is meeting, he just was in that spinning toe hold. Who would have thought he responds right here? Targets the arm, targets the leg, and then responds with a tequila sunrise to Kenneth Killgore. Goodness gracious.
And there
Hooks
goes
the
that
leg.
patented spear. Killgore looking to end it early.
No. You know that Kenneth Killgore more than familiar with this young man's family. And now going up against the youngest of the crew. It was very, I wonder how Killgore feels. If CJ Speed utters the word unk, that might be enough to throw Killgore off his game for about 5 to 6 seconds.
Well, unk.
Kick to the face right now.
Grandfather, ancestor, whatever you want to throw at Killgore. Killgore's going to throw
a right hand.
Some haymakers, some suplexes back.
He just threw one right to CJ Speed's face, and he's walking him over to the turnbuckle pad. If Kenneth Killgore is smart, he knows he wants to get rid of this quick, and this is why Killgore is taking CJ Speed, making sure he doesn't take flight, stays on the ground, and that is the right thing to do.
So ramming his head into the turnbuckle is Kenneth Killgore, who has been an amazing Renegade champion here on Chaos week after week. The championship. Oh my God.
And there's a flip from CJ Speed after dodging the spear.
Apple does not fall far from the tree, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. CJ Speed looking to tap out Kenneth Killgore to earn a shot.
This is still very early on. 7 minutes left in this AWF Renegade Championship #1 Contenders matchup. CJ Speed.
Oh, the chop block from Speed. Cutting the big man down. I like the strategy from the kid. Don't like that, though. I'm not sure if...
CJ Speed's like, revving up the engine on a Camaro. Has to, and there. It looked like he was going for something, but referee bumped right into Killgore. Now Speed throwing Killgore aside. Look at this now. He's lining something up. CJ Speed, Killgore, caught in the mix.
Oh my goodness!
Not something you'll see every day.
Hell.
CJ Speed with calculated offense. Through the ropes, threw into a DDT, and a flying meteora.
That was a hell of a lot of hang time from Speed.
And Speed again tried to get Killgore, but he is playing no more games. Killgore's back into the ring.
Went to the well, maybe too many times.
And CJ Speed is down and out. Here's Kenneth Killgore coming out top. Oh, he moved out the way. He moved out the way. And he's doing a strut. A flare strut over here with a pop to the face. The new owners getting the close-up angle to their two of their, not newest competitors, but two of, competitors they do have power over now. Oh my! Cross flying right there with a cross body.
I'm surprised that Rollins and Lynch are not dressed the same right now. We know they share the same designer, stylist, clothes.
Dear Lord Almighty, I thought you didn't like Phil Brooks. He was using some of his articles there.
Well, listen, I may not like him,
out of the way.
He does tell the truth, unfortunately.
The 3 second, again here, the vision, it gets a clear view at at a nice move from Speed, the poison fly in here, and KO from Speed! Killgore is dead weight! Killgore is dead weight!
Oh, he went stiff.
1, 2, no!
And that was on instinct alone. Let me tell you guys. Because Killgore's body was stiff after that springboard cutter.
Anyone used to those, Killgore would be amply so. But here now...
I'm sure he's taken hundreds and hundreds of RKOs in his lifetime. His career.
And here... I believe it's CJ Speed dragging out now and rolling out the way.
He's also delivered a few as Killgore.
Killgore, I hope, with Rollins ringside, I do have to only compare and think that, you can say a lot of people take to Seth Rollins, but you can also say Killgore did too. You can't ignore Killgore's uprising, so to say, in the AWF as he continues to take control of this match, but I might have spoke too soon and did the jinx! CJ Speed flying with an elbow, whoa!
It seems like Speed obviously shares the recklessness of his family members, not just Mamba. And a nice Hurricane Rana from Speed. He needs to learn to take it slow.
Siege
to try it.
Tribal. What now? Come on, this is ridiculous from this crowd. Here.
Like I said, lobotomized.
Off the ropes. Killgore Might be
fired
a
off
bit.
that spear too
I don't know
early.
what's wrong with it. His mechanics right now. CJ Speed. Maybe he did do some good targeting, but I would have expected more out of the Killgore. CJ Speed.
Well, wrestling CJ Speed as Kenneth Killgore is like trying to swat a damn fly with a great sword.
Oh, and Killgore tried to move out the way a bit. Tried to look like he tried to not catch the worst, but still, CJ Speed is all over him like water on rice.
He scouted the DDT, but Speed had the ability to adjust. And that's what I mean when this man is a prodigy.
Nose back up. CJ Speed.
This kid, CJ Speed, has instincts in the ring that it takes veterans years to learn. And look at that!
And he just continues to, again, not even, we've seen the best, not able to get out the way of that. CJ Speed. Flying in a wall, and this is deep waters now. Deep water wrestling, and Killgore's in a crossface. It can only spell trouble for the Classic as he rolls Speed and his body over there. Gets back up to his feet. Flies out of the ring. Big drop kick. Hellaciously misses. And Killgore.
Oh, he caught him out of nowhere.
Here comes a J. Whoa, hey now, say now.
By CJ Speed, he's feeling it. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on that clock.
Just walked over Killgore's arm, picks him up slowly as he on the strut. Shot midsection right there. Rolls up. Nice clothesline. Well, now look at CJ Speed getting a.
Killgore's in the drop zone. What does Speed have in mind? Is it going to be this?
A coffin drop. That
coffin drop. Using his newly added mass, it looks like. And Killgore is crawling. He is leaping and lunging for the damn ropes. He's in a bad way right now.
The 5-star Classic with 2 minutes to go. CJ Speed could also just wait this match out. Here is a German suplex.
Off the turnbuckle.
My goodness, I just saw CJ Speed hit a German. Whoa, and now Queens, New York is fired up. This place is getting louder by the minute, and it feels like the damn roof could get blown off, K.
Scratch that. They lost the other half of that brain cell.
CJ's still amped up by Queens, New York, and oh well, it looks like the guy just told them to quiet down.
And Killgore has to play the villain in any given building. He will do that because
Speed still with
most
the agility.
Important to him is winning that championship.
And he's caught.
Usually he loves the crowd on his side, but he has to do what he's got to do, and that's the Crimson Bomb. Speed drill through the mat.
Down. Cover for the win.
Look at Speed's boot.
Under the ropes. Under the ropes.
Like it's under the
right in front of the new owners now. That's not exactly.
And they didn't say a damn thing.
And
tell you how much that you know. They think about CJ Speed.
No. Speed. Oh, I can't watch.
Looks like it's gonna be over. That killer instinct. That killer instinct has won Killgore a world heavyweight championship, and it might win him this match tonight.
And did. The new owners, Rollins and Lynch, get to watch on as Kenneth Killgore gets to win against CJ Speed. Now, I don't know if they were exactly rooting for Speed. Maybe they just came out with him. But, you know, there goes the folks that will now be booking matches ever on and so forward. Anthony Kingsley has left the building, ladies and gentlemen. But is his replacement any bit better? We have more AWF Chaos coming up next. And up next is a 3v3 matchup, tag team matchup. TipvilleUSA versus PK Ricky G and whoever they can pick up. And Tipville also as well, you know, has to pick up a third. So, you know, I think we all see where this is going on and up next. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to AWF Chaos. TipvilleUSA and their third teammate, Mr. Mo Game, are taking on PK, Ricky G, and whoever the hell they were able to pull from the back lot there. This all stems, of course, from last week's commotion. Ricky G and PK do have tag title shots against TipvilleUSA. However, PK has taken that man's title, that man's belt. For damn sake, he didn't even pull up with the belts last week on Chaos Now. We don't even know where the belt is. And point is, PK is the reason Mo Game is titleist. I know you guys have potentially read the internet reports on that. I'm here to neither confirm nor deny. Just know that both gentlemen have felt very emotional about what went down at that AWF Live weeks ago. And, you know, one man more than the other wants a resolve. PK has been calling out Mo Game by, you know, out of his name in disrespectful manner, saying Mo Game is trying to run away from him. And that was a byproduct. That's what you saw last week. Mo Game is stepping up to him, trying to take his title back. You're watching seeing Mo Game again, even stand side by side though with TipvilleUSA K. What emotions does that make you feel?
So there's a reason they call Panos K the unfiltered one. He's gonna tell it like it is, no matter whose feelings he's hurting at the moment. But Mo Game and TipvilleUSA, dare I say, I've never seen a pairing that just fits so right.
Right.
Fits so right because Mo Game, like Tiptastic, like Jackson, is a man who takes no nonsense. Is a man who comes to professional wrestling arenas to do one thing, that is compete. He's not with the shenanigans. He's not with the you know, all the jovialness backstage. He is here to win championships and earn money, and I think that business statement aligns with TipvilleUSA's perfectly.
And here they come. It's Ricky G and PK.
I'm not even sure how Ricky G's walking right now.
And Ricky G is a whoa. What's that around his waist? Hello, what is that around? That's a diamond belt. A diamond belt around PK's waist. Ricky G spraying it into the ring, showing his condition is amply fine. But that's a diamond belt. The unfiltered one is walking around with, I'm guessing, meant to represent the Triple Crown title.
I mean, listen, I don't know who that was commissioned by. It certainly is a gorgeous champion. Oh, look at that thing. My God. What do you think the price tag is on that one?
I wouldn't want to know. Probably of more than the country's worth.
That is certainly an impressive title. And if that's our Triple Crown championship, then so be it.
Trey Johnson is the third.
Oh, my God.
And the former Intercontinental Champion.
Oh, look at it. Oh, look at the getup of Trey Johnson.
Walking out.
He looks like a warrior.
I mean, it looks like he damn well is. And now he has the boot to match. Trey Johnson making his way to the ring, a tag teaming with PK and Ricky G against TipvilleUSA and Mo Game. Trey Johnson and Mo Game haven't liked each other in quite a days. It was Trey Johnson who would trade Mo Game after Game won the IC title. Trey Johnson beat Mo Game for the IC title. These two, you know, there's bad blood that'll always, you know, run deep. A mentor and a former student here in Ricky G and PK. I think going to the right card. Johnson, former NCAA and all that, and he's the one not starting. It's PK getting the matchup he wanted. Oh, but be careful what you wish for, because Mo Game starts this one off easy.
I mean, let's not forget, even though Panos K is the current Triple Crown champion, Mo Game is one of, if not the most successful title holder in AWF in quite some time. I'll tell you that right now. Mo Game has done things with the championship reigns that he's had that I don't think are going to be seen for a while, especially that Renegade championship reign. I mean, talk about all the matches he had on this very program, night in, night out.
You say that, Kay, but you know, Kenneth Killgore is keeping up on his record.
Certainly.
Closely so.
Certainly. And the fact that it takes Kenneth Killgore, who is the proverbial all-star, or at least one of them in the AWF, to do that just speaks to how Mo Game splashed onto the scene.
After a few butterfly suplexes, again, I tell him PK, be careful what you wish. That's the matchup PK wants, one-on-one.
I tell you, he doesn't want this right now. That is the president.
Whoa, come on. No, down the cover. And one.
Big need of PK.
I'm getting word tonight as well, ladies and gentlemen. You know, tonight's card, you know, this match, and then the match following this one was crew rated by B and the Vision. I'm not going to call them the Vision. The point is, guys, there was crew rated by the former owner and the new owner. And up against, after this match, is Tiptastic. It's clearing out the opposing trio. Oh no!
Accidentally caught the referee at Tiptastic to get him.
Up next after this is Ethan, Grace, and Mamba. And
that's what. And look at this. Once again.
Oh no!
The match with Tiptastic
Steel chair
and Ricky
Tiptastic Jackson into the ring.
But now he's got the muscle. Now he's got the right-hand man of TipvilleUSA, Jackson, looking to put PK to work. Oh, my God. Oh, Panos K right back up. Steel chair in hand, right to the back of Jackson.
And how? What?
Did Mo Game just... It's like a damn stone wall. That chair...
And here's Jackson.
Hit Mo Game in the face, and he just tanked it.
It hit him flush. It did not. It's not like it did. It hit him right in the damn face. And look at him, still stoned as ever.
Panos K is a grown-ass man, right? That was not a baby throw. We heard that echo through this Queens Arena. Look at Jackson now.
Down. And be careful what you wish for, as Jackson is going to get the tag back in. TipvilleUSA does have to protect the... Oh, PK tried to shoulder check Mo Game as he steps in. Trey Johnson, Angel's Wings. Trey Johnson into the ring to help save
on Trey Johnson.
And underneath all that gear is still one of the, best competitors in the AWF. He is just, I think, far too humble about it. And Johnson, well, that gear was, not humble at all.
You call him humble. I say that Trey Johnson is a man who doesn't...
Right? No. A rare mishap. Johnson fell off the bottom rope. Did he just fall off the bottom rope?
Oh, it looks like the hit from Ricky G pushed Mo Game into Johnson. He took a tumble.
And there, the miscue. Mo Game gets a boot to the face, tries to get out the ring. Down goes TipvilleUSA.
Landed right on his neck. He's not
responding.
Certainly isn't now.
Ricky picks him back up.
A way to pick up your teammate.
This 3v3 matchup, okay, so this matchup, he quite literally, I think he got more excited for this one than he did the Super Bowl, as Tipville is back up on their feet. Mo Game is down in that apron area. Well, PK tries to gain some control of the matchup, but he's up against the president, for the first time in his career. He's really seeing the eye. There's no wonder he keeps going to low-handed tactics. I mean, he never claimed to be a, so to say, nice guy. Look at Mo, look at Tiptastic, gets a kick to PK. So I'm saying that PK is scared, K.
I don't think PK is scared at all. I think PK is just realizing the kind of competitor that Mo Game is, especially when he has a fire under him. But the thing about PK, the unfiltered one, isn't just a nickname. Let me reiterate. It's a mindset. It's how he lives his life. He doesn't live his life with fear, without caution. He's reckless, both with his words and his fists, as you can see it right now.
Yeah, with several fists.
Game. Shots to the kidney. That'll loosen PK up.
Moves out the way and...
Oh, look at that.
Popped to the back of the head.
Took his championship. Now he's trying to take his pride. And here we go.
Continues to now get Ricky G involved. These two. Oh!
A nice sort of block. Ricky G, PK.
Do you think in any bit is TipvilleUSA intimidated seeing the team chemistry of Ricky G and Panos?
Right, intimidated. That's the wrong I word. I think impressed. I think the fact that Ricky G, Panos K, once upon a time were strangers to one another and are now hitting tag team maneuvers like the prime Road Warriors. Yeah, I think it's impressive. I think Tiptastic is a man who can appreciate when guys are working hard. Intimidated? That's a stretch.
And here, off the ropes now, they seem to be hazing Mo Game. I mean, and this is one of the right thing to do. At the end of the day, damage to anyone you see in this frame here would benefit Ricky and PK. And now it's PK trying to help out as Mo Game tried to swing the momentum of Ricky G. It's Trey Johnson as well getting a shot.
Like some damn hyenas. They're not waiting to be the legal men in this matchup. They want a piece of Mo Game.
Now it's going to be Ricky G going off the ropes.
Once again, back body drop. That's 3 high-impact moves almost in a row, and now Mo Game taking a sabbatical.
Here's Trey Johnson.
The big man, Trey Johnson.
The former student of Mo Game. Way back when it was Trey Johnson getting schooled by this guy. Oh, the big man teasing going high. Tiptastic. A knee to Johnson's face.
That's the brand of the president right there.
And there's PK. Johnson and PK
once again, not
take
the legal
down
man.
Tiptastic and Jackson.
Not the legal man.
Mo Game, a German suplex. That's one.
Trey Johnson is the legal man in this matchup. So is Mo Game. Panos K is taking the liberty right now, and the ref ought to do something about it.
And these two attacking their opponents with no mercy, no respect. And now, look at this. Whoa, Mo Game avoiding the abdominal drop from PK, but not
Here
for
we go.
long.
Here we go.
First 48.
Mo Game out on the ground. Jackson nowhere to be seen. Tiptastic stirring. TipvilleUSA is not looking good in this matchup, H&A.
And now,
Trey Johnson. Oh my God.
it's going to be
His former mentor.
a Jay Driller.
No.
Jay Driller.
That's a Trey driller right there. Hooks the leg.
PK with a German suplex to Tiptastic. Stop the
You gotta be
Jackson.
kidding me. And a rope break from Game.
And
What
now
a
look at this.
thrilling
Ricky G is irate.
6-man tag team match we have here tonight.
And Mo Game fights back. Trey Johnson is going for an F5.
Like Game went for his own J Driller.
And several now. Ricky G continues to argue with the ref while he gets a mean clothesline from Game.
And that's the end of that argument. And Game now livid. But here comes PK. And now these two gladiators
package.
lock horns.
Cradle up.
again. Uh-oh.
1, 2.
Like a repeat of that AWF Live.
And now
Jackson scouting that shorter block PK has been using.
no goodness, there goes PK.
The unfiltered one. Showing Queens how he feels
I don't think again they have to think these guys are facing everyone in this matchup. Trey Johnson right now is the only one without some mistakes in this bit, but PK and Ricky G are gonna see these two down the line. These three. Several shots. Right hand.
Well, it's better now than never. If they're going to face them eventually, there's no point of being scared of them, am I right? I mean, at the end of the day, they're wrestlers like PK is. Trey Johnson is not leaving Mo Game alone, and for good reason.
I've never seen that. Wow.
You know, haters.
I wonder how Mo Game's skull feels like he finally gets the tag. It's PK versus the president. This is what he wanted. This is the high-profile bit, the spotlight. Tiptastic is gonna make him famous.
Oh, he's going to make him famous, not in the way that PK thinks. It's Trey Johnson now. These elbows to the spine.
Several now and Tiptastic.
Oh! The backstabber. It's not looking good. And Jackson once again scouting PK.
PK caught in the middle of TipvilleUSA. There's the shot to Tiptastic, a chop, then another one. Several chops from PK to Tiptastic. PK is in the he's in the moment and he isn't backing down.
A nice vertical suplex by PK going up to the top.
Oh man, Tiptastic is flopping around, looking bad in a bad ways. And the
Oh my God! Big leg drop up the top.
Rated R down, and PK sends the mates down crashing.
Rated
He
R
isn't done.
might be rated W if he hits this first 48. Bang bang.
No, the president. He looks laid out. I
Kick out,
one,
tip,
two.
tip. Oh my God, he
Imagine that.
got it. And he got the kick out.
As of right now, Tiptastic has no competitor for that AWF World Championship.
And you can see why.
PK could have got there.
Everyone is scared of him. That resilience
No,
of
wait a minute.
Tiptastic is
here's
mystical.
Trey Johnson.
Oh my God, here's Trey.
Tried to shoulder check. Tried to tackle down Tiptastic. It didn't work. Off the ropes now. This 6-man tag matchup, ladies and gentlemen. Another big move from Trey gets stopped, thwarted, and power bomb down Trey.
Trey Johnson is up after that huge power bomb. Avoids the forearm from Tiptastic.
Here comes PK into the
Tip's
ring.
team is back on the apron.
You know,
A little wombo combo from PK.
and now Tip's team is back off the apron while PK inserts himself into this match in a bad way. Tiptastic is down, is out. Is he going to get stopped here?
Out, but stick his nose into business where it doesn't belong. And now Ricky G trying to clean up after his partner.
No. This aside,
goes.
Tiptastic is having all three members of the team try and beat down on him. Look at this. They can't pick who's going to.
Because he literally has a bullseye on his back with that AWF championship, or should I say metaphorically, but it still means the same. It's Trey Johnson, Ricky G.
I don't think I've ever
PK.
seen that visual in this. No. Back suplex down that back suplex.
That's what happens when you're the most prestigious champion in the business right now. That's what happens when you're Tiptastic Hollywood star, AWF World Champion.
And this is Tiptastic return to the AWF, trying to be the workhorse he once was, and showing why he is a damn good one.
Being a workhorse, just not here.
And there, that's what I damn meant here. Well, Trey Johnson gets a right and a left, but it's the left woman stopped, and Trey gets a jawbreaker. Tip still standing to his feet, 10 toes, with several rights, lefts, then an elbow.
Johnson is wailing on the president.
And Tip, you know, for all intents and purposes, I think Tip has been, you know, he's been getting thwarted by these younger guys who, you know, he's seeing firsthand just how hungry this roster is for his prize. And look at Trey Johnson. Down! Johnson driver. And now, slowly, stalking to his feet, Trey Johnson, Tiptastic.
He's calling it.
Going up with the tomahawk power bomb cutter. 1, 2. Oh my God!
Trey Johnson, hold on. Wait. We need a replay of this. And the referee has rung the bell.
Trey Johnson's tomahawk power bomb.
I need to see this again.
Takes out Tiptastic. Oh my! Wait a minute. Oh my! Wait a
production truck. Let me see the pinfall.
Oh my goodness, K.
Couple of back body drops to Mo Game. You see the chaos on the outside, and they're not even gonna show me the replay. You know what? I know why. Because Trey Johnson had the trunks.
Oh my! Yeah,
he had the trunks.
Did we watch the same thing?
Yeah, we did watch the same thing. And the fact you're not admitting it right now
over the heat
means
his arms are nowhere near the trunks.
You are a biased journalist. All this progress we've made, Agent A, just to go 2 steps back. We saw it. That's the world champion he just grabbed the tights of. So congratulations to Trey Johnson, because you just duped the world, but not me.
And K, just being sure, you know, if the production truck is showing a replay right now of the power bomb over our voices, what would you say to that?
Well, then let them do it.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, K, you heard the man. We have more up next. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to AWF Chaos, the co-main event. Ethan Grace versus the Ace, Mamba Ant. And a lot of people don't like that infringement of a nickname he's on, stealing from Kevin Ace. But, you know, listen now, you and Triple H stole from the best of them, so they say. Here on out is the fallen one. And Mamba Ant wanted this match. He called out Grace and said that every one of his wins has had an asterisk beside him. And, Ethan Grace cannot beat Mamba Ant one-on-one clean with nobody at ringside to interfere. And so that's what we are seeing. If any outside party interferes, the match is off. Ethan and Ant one-on-one here in Queens, New York. And then in this matchup, also again curated by Miss B and our new owners, Becky Lynch and Seth Rollins, who had this to say about the pillars of the AWF. The pillars including Ant, Deuce, CM Loaf, Killgore, among them, and saying that, when they see those 4, they see the sons they've never had. And they truly look forward to taking care of them and, showing them the right way. Whatever that means, I hope I'm not paraphrasing, I'm sorry, Miss Lynch and Rollins, but listen now. I think that's just a threat. That I wonder how the damn, Ant is tuning that out and such right now. I know I've tried to get word on him about that. He gave me no comment, but I can only just imagine how the others are taking a comment like that as Ethan Grace gets ready to ignore all the drama.
Mick Foley was once a commissioner, and he is not with his former employer right now. That's just something that the AWF audience can chew on. But nevertheless, Mamba Ant coming out here once again, as we've seen him do multiple, maybe thousands, hundreds of times in the past. The Ace of the Athens Wrestling Federation. That is a nickname which I helped christen. Not because I want him to be, damn it. Trust me. If I can have it my way, I'm not going to say what Mamba Ant will be doing right now if I had it my way. But He is the aforementioned ace because of what he's accomplished, because of how he brought the AWF to the mainstream, because of the 10 world championships he has on his belt. Mamba Ant, you say that he doesn't take professional wrestling seriously. I disagree. I think pro wrestling is his life, and he's been. I do think it's his life.
His life. Listen, this. You know, I'm really that person to be, a classist or something like that. But I look at Mamba Ant and I just see the disgrace. I see a man that has continued to snake and get by, and he is, trying to do this little formula. He's trying to prove he's a better wrestler. He's trying to, take things, slow things down recently.
I see the same things. Like you said, he's a snake. He's a conniving bastard. He's not the first we've seen in pro wrestling. He's not going to be the last. But he is the conniving bastard we have here in the AWF. And he's damn good at it. He's won 10 world championships off of it. And as much as I loathe the man, Ethan Grace has got a lot on his hands if he's going to be going one-on-one against one of the best.
And here it is now, Mamba Ant, Ethan Grace, one-on-one. These two are set to face each other in a couple of weeks against the World Heavyweight Champion Blitz for the World Heavyweight Championship itself. As here we go. And, of course, wanting to send a message. Maybe you, of course, want to get the demoralizing victory against Grace in those leading weeks. But the same goes both ways. Ethan Grace able to get an upset win over Ant tonight. You got to wonder how the 10-time world champion might be feeling going into this matchup. Already, I think these gentlemen, that's a nice Russian leg sweep from Grace as Ant spots back up. I think both of these gentlemen are at a disadvantage. They're going up against Blitz, who is in the best shape of the form of his life. I mean, this is really just, again, I don't know what this is an ego battle. This is truly what it is.
I mean, you mentioned disadvantage. We obviously see the knee braces on the surgically repaired knees of Mamba Ant. But for Ethan Grace, there's a reason why he calls himself the Fallen One. Yes, he used to be on top of the mountain. He had to feel, or he once felt like he had to ascend. But now, it's that he will go into the depths of hell to achieve what he wants. You saw that with his betrayal against his former partner with Kevin Ace. And you saw that with his attack on Blitz. Ethan Grace is a scrappy bastard. And, as much as you may not like him, as much as the block room doesn't like him, he's still here. And he is in the ring with a 10-time world champion.
Several chops. And a punch right there. Nice, good work from Mamba Ant. Ant wearing his family's RSVP gear, and I find that very intriguing, so to say, as he gets a shot right there to the back. Ethan Grace, RSVP, his father, Silver Viper, Relly Rock, Icehouse Jones, his cousin and such, and now shot to the low section. Ant, Mamba.
You go wrenches the wrist to get that overhead chop, and this is what we know Mamba Ant for. The Lucha Libre inspired style.
And here, Ethan Grace is going to get thrown to the corner. And Ethan finally getting a little bit of a slight moment of a breather. But Ant rats and floats right back into the ring for a clothesline.
This is what I mean by pro wrestling is Mamba Ant's life. He treats that ring as if it's his playground. You may not see it as taking him serious. Like that right there. Just trying things. Essentially,
having a mishap right there.
Trying things got him 10 world titles. Trying things got him that Phoenix Splash off the middle rope to the outside.
And there now looks like he's having some words with himself about that miscalculation from earlier, and flipping off Grace to get a foot to the face, but he's back up. And Ethan, he's floating around right now, moving around, and there. Saying to me that Ethan can't be the best. This can't be the future. Wow, calling out Ethan, saying he is not the future.
He said something else, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to repeat that on air, isn't it?
Now we've said a lot worse and seen a lot worse. Now, he's gonna get stopped up right there. Ethan, finally, those words lighten him up. I mean, like that showing Mamba and how he feels about, I guess, talent alike to Grace. Ethan's still among, having just about now a year on the roster, and still, look at him springing back up.
I mean, man, look what he's done for himself. I don't like this narrative that Ethan Grace is some kid in and out of his head when he goes up against Blitz and Mamba Ant. Once upon a time, Mamba Ant and Blitz had done nothing in the AWF. Once upon a time, they were wet behind the ears. Of course, now they are legends in the making. Some will consider them legends already. Ethan Grace is on that trajectory. He's already won the Renegade Championship.
Flying, he missed that right there. That attempted Superman punch, and then there's Ethan Grace, though. That's a Hurricane Rana. Ethan Grace, at last, getting something against Ant. This is a cover now, down 0-0.
Former Renegade champion, and in my humble opinion, that is perhaps the most important championship you can win here in the AWF that isn't one of the world championships. It means you are synonymous with the identity of this company.
And Ethan Grace getting back down, strapped right there. One of the real Renegades, beating his former best friend Kevin Ace for the championship. Right there. Look at this now. That's a chop. Ant. Ethan Grace having some momentum, but it's getting thwarted immediately. And then a float around drop kick from Ant. Needed a face of Grace.
I don't think we mentioned enough the size of Mamba Ant. Looks about 240, 250 leaner, definitely than his bigger days, but you can see it in the way that he moves. It's a certain heaviness to it, but he hits like a truck when he's in the air.
And then right off the back ropes right there, turnbuckle paddings.
Reminds you of a
second from time in a row from Grace.
Early Scott Steiner. Oh, and look at that. Just whacked him right off the top rope.
And Ethan Grace.
Does not look good.
No. Ethan.
He's in a drop zone. Oh my God, that's that curb stomp that even Grace has used before.
And Mamba Ant still going on the attack on Ethan Grace. Has him over the shoulders. He is not showing any signs of stopping. And at some point, I think this is just going to get cruel. Ethan Grace.
And this is Mamba Ant's B&B, his bread and butter. What he likes to do, dismantle you, dishearten you.
And here now Ethan. Back shot and back to his feet. And hoist up Grace. What's this? Oh, man.
Oh, he found a way to turn it to a Fisherman Buster. Mamba Ant.
Back up to his feet. Moves out the way.
Forever innovative in the ring. Grace in the ring himself now. Mamba Ant going up to the top rope again.
And here comes Ant with a headbutt!
A flying headbutt, and I think he just busted Grace open off of that. How, oh my God.
Bizarre. As he gets several
Say
shots.
Bizarre, nothing's bizarre with Mamba Ant. The crazy's the norm with him.
And no, off the shoulders. Grace caught
him in mid-freaking air, man.
Attitude adjustment. Floors Grace. Down the cover.
That could be the end of Ethan Grace here tonight in a kick-out from the Fallen One. Still in this thing against the 10-time world champ.
And Ant,
who has been putting on an absolute clinic. I mean, there's no question why he's been so successful. Not only in the AWF, but he, in TIF and other places. Mamba Ant has won championships outside of this company.
Coming a hard watch as Grace continues to struggle. And Ant stops the momentum of Grace.
When you say a hard watch, you've seen Ethan Grace fight adversity before. He may not be the most inspirational guy, but Grace, he's got a tough edge to him.
And Ant,
muscling.
He made it known before this match again. He wanted to take it back, take to the roots of his father, RSVP, and such as you see with the gear, to slow the match down. And damn, I don't know if this match has been anything about slow. But he most certainly has taken it to the technical game. That's not slow at all. Off the ropes.
That is all gas. No brakes.
Missed. Oh, he flew with something. Stopped. Big shot to the face.
Grace, straight jacket, German suplex. This is Grace's shot. This is his time. But he wants to knock off Mamba Ant.
Back up to his feet. Off the ropes.
Oh, my God.
Down spine buster.
That was a Ron Simmons spine buster. An Arn Anderson spine buster.
Grace.
Oh!
That's another curb stomp to Ethan Grace.
Maybe a bit of pandering. Not sure.
And yet again, that's a punt kick. Grace down. Super down. He's never been more down. And Mamba Ant, what else is he doing?
Ethan Grace knows what galaxy he's in.
And
what the hell? Grace is out on the mat.
And Mamba Ant
is outside of the ring, not making a pin cover.
And is talking to the crowd, laughing at Grace, pop locking.
I know these two don't like each other, but you gotta at least have enough respect for your opponent. At least acknowledge the fact that Ethan Grace is a former champion.
Here now.
And look, you just hit the referee.
Oh, a misfire! An absolute misfire as Special Agent Ferrelli goes down.
And all that arrogance might have just cost Mamba and misses the clothesline. Grace, oh, with a spear! And that's a sequence that TJ usually uses.
And now, up back goes Ferrelli, but he is still dazed.
Damn it, Ferrelli, you better count. Count, damn it. Here we go.
Cover,
oh
no.
My God, kick out of nothing.
And Ferrelli, of course, catching that forbidden fruit from Mamba Ant by mistake, and Grace staring him down, and he escapes the ring K. Now comes back Grace, drop kick, Ant flares, he missed, needed the back of the head.
And it's like Ant might be a bit bamboozled now that Grace hit him with that spear.
And now into the corner, off the back turnbuckle padding. Grace.
That's metal under that padding, let me tell you. Sharp, uncomfortable metal.
Out of the way, scoop missed. And shot right there.
But it was a struggle for dominance.
Oh, no!
Ant seemed to want one.
Hidden blade from Grace. Cover one from Ant.
Almost took his head off. Oh, and a kick out from Grace. That's the resilience I was referring to earlier.
A hidden blade from Ant, and oh no, Grace.
Grace may have liked it that way when Ferrelli wasn't a factor in the matchup. Oh, and here we go.
And here's Ethan Grace going to the route he knows best, but Ant is there to stop it, there to thwart it, scoop, skip, out the way, no, wow, disrespectfully getting out.
It was a beautiful arm drag from my man, and now, instead of the steel chair, an exchange of strikes. Grace.
Ethan Grace, not sure if he had this in mind.
And with the open hand strike.
It's Ethan Grace up against a 10-time world champion. And I know Grace might have had this in mind when he first signed with the company. And he knew this day might have come. And officially and so them with nobody to stop them. Look at, on another blade. Grace is bloodied over the chest. Down, cover, 1, 2. And just when you thought he was done getting better, Mamba Ant innovating his offense for the win.
It wasn't a foregone conclusion. Ethan Grace certainly made you believe, but 10 world championships might have just been the hump too high for Grace to get over. And going into that match with Blitz, that is all the momentum you might need.
That's 2 in a row for Ant, 1 against Blitz.
It is. Maybe 2 wins that nobody thought he would have, especially with those knees that have been recently re-injured.
And standing tall is Mamba Ant. We have a main event up next. It's a AWF Women's World Title matchup, and it's on this program, AWF Chaos. Up next. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, backstage.
Oh my God!
Jana White.
Oh no!
Jana White and Ice House Jones tussling backstage.
Who the hell let Anawai backstage? That's my question.
I mean, he is the AWF Chaos World Champion. I mean, seriously, why wouldn't he be backstage? It's just a matter of why has Anawai been away for so long?
He hasn't been scheduled tonight. He hasn't been scheduled to wrestle.
And he's picking his shot. He is beating down on one of those stand-up guys in the locker room, Icehouse Jones.
Hell of a clothesline. Took Jones's head off.
And now on a wide.
Oh my God. Look at the goal now. Power bomb. No give on that road equipment.
And ladies and gentlemen, we're cutting away. We have more AWF Chaos next. But oh dear, almighty, my goodness.
Oh, Jones is fighting back now. Jones has got it in him.
And a super kick.
Jones is fighting off the ghoul.
Goodness almighty.
He's fighting off in Hawaii.
More up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, big fight feeling in Queens. It is the Women's World Championship on the line. Queen Spears versus the Enigmatic Violets.
And the Enigmatic Violet won a triple threat matchup to get this title shot last week against Eve and an injured Avery. I do have to add Avery's state of, competition, as here she comes again, though. She is the number one contender, and she's going up against, again, Queen Spears of all people, who has been And I can't watch this, K. Take it away.
And I think a lot of people were expecting Violet to be the loser of that triple threat match, or at least one of the losers in that triple threat match. But she's here and she's made it to the dance. We haven't seen Violet. This is probably her biggest match during her career in the Access Wrestling Federation. And I had a chance to talk with the young lady. She's certainly, you know, a fabulous woman. I took a trip to her mansion. You know, the butlers courted me and things like that. But when we got right down to business, she told me that even though I have all this money, even though I have all the luxuries, there's still a portion of the AWF that doesn't believe in me. And tonight I'm going to make them believers. That is a motivated
Stephanie
young lady.
Man was the $1 million princess. Violet might be the $1 billion princess. Zillion.
She had a fountain and the water looked like gold. I don't even know how you managed to do a thing like that.
You don't want the answer. We have more tape. You have more. Oh goodness. See, guys, we're not. We are.
Oh my goodness. Queen Spears.
Queen Spears might have a chuckle at that too when she hears it. Queen Spears. Now let's talk about Now Queen Spears doesn't have the fountain. She doesn't have all of that. You know, the Queen name, for all intents and purposes, is a title of respect because she carries that confidence anywhere she goes. Queen Spears, you know, she posted something a few days ago. She says, "I'm not afraid to say what needs to be said. That's why people either want to kill me or want to fuck me." And end quote. So, you know, that is exactly what, you know, I think can summarize the Queen, you know. And of course, a lot of people might want to get their hands on her. They most certainly will not unless they're hostile hands. She is, you know, a lot of folks, you know, there's a spot on the AWF forum that want her to beat up Loaf for just no reason. That's just the thing they want to happen.
For no reason. I think a lot of people want to beat up Loaf. Even I would beat up Loaf.
Why Queen Spears specifically? I mean, here we go. I mean, we see why in ring. We might see it in ring because Queen Spears, believe it or not, there's a lot of best technical wrestlers in the AWF. But if you threw Queen Spears in the tournament of all of them, man or woman, and Spears were to win it, I would not be surprised. God damn it, Queen Spears can wrestle in any condition, any spot, any town, any city, and she does it with such ease, and she combines a street style of strike and UFC MMA technicality in a way that's going to be hard for Violet to, you know, fight up against. Violet, we know, it has some technical game herself. She takes to the skies. She is a switchblade inspired by Charlotte Flair. Believe it or not, Seth Rollins, the new owner of this program, Becky Lynch and such. And, you know, Becky, you know, listen, I know I want to keep my job, but if I wanted to keep my marriage, I would watch her. And here we now, AWF Chaos, the main event. The Undisputed Women's World Champion is up against the enigmatic, hungry Violet. And look at Violet, as I mentioned again, Kay. We have her technical prowess that she has to worry about. Queen Spears doesn't face a lot of high flyers. So, I mean, you know, she faces a lot of people that are more evenly matched, so to say. This one of her first, you know, real out there matchups.
Well, it's a tale as old as time. The powerhouse versus the high flyer. You have the giant, you have the Goliath versus the David. It can go either way. It can be that
Violet
finds a way to cut through Queen Spears' defense enough to win the championship, or Queen Spears just swat her out of the air. And the
Violet was trying to run for something there, shoulder tackle, but Spears stopped it, and these two ladies tussling up. No single one getting the advantage right now.
It doesn't take a Sherlock to see that Queen Spears definitely has a strength advantage. Oh, and a nice elbow right to the jaw.
Thing potentially put on against Violet to counter out, but you know, it's down up against who can take down who, and Violet right now using some tricky maneuvers to get Queen Spears to be on the mat somehow, some way. Back down, she grabs that arm.
And a nice trip. Once again, one arm push-ups. Those are very hard to do, ladies and gentlemen. That takes a lot of strength within its own right.
Also very disrespectful. A stomp again to the same arm that she's been working on ever since the match started.
I mean, a competitor like Violet does as much to your body as she does to your brain.
Ramming knee to the face.
She's a mental competitor, is what we call those in pro wrestling. Oh! And a nice knee to the back. Violet feeling herself against the world champ.
And here now,
Single
Violet
leg. Spinning toe hold in the corner now.
And she calls that one the egg scrambler.
Wow.
Not
What a
really,
name.
but she did tell me to, tell Kenneth Killgore that he sucks eggs. That is a note that Violet did once.
Well, I'm sure he'll appreciate that comment.
Off the ropes, down, and Queen Spears missed the spear.
Oh,
Look
my
like she was going for a
God.
spear. Maybe she was, but she was able to innovate and get it. Tiger, oh my goodness.
And Queen Spears can elevate and explode at any moment, as you are seeing right now. Cravat suplex from the world champion.
And Spears, again, on this program, does maybe have to worry, because if it's any title that's maybe changed more hands besides the Renegade on TV, it will be the AWF Women's World title. We've seen a lot of title changes before. Felicia and Tamika Brown, Mystery and Angel Ford. It can happen again right now here.
I mean, that's what I mean. When you have so many women who are on top of their game, like we have in the AWF, it's bound to change titles, change hands once in a while. Whether you're wrestling on television, on pay-per-view, a house show, wherever it may be.
And oh my, right there, shot to Violet in the torso. I mean, to that chop, I should have did more, but Spears still standing tall. Violet and Spears lock horns again, right hand.
Spears is a freaking tank.
And here comes Violet off the
Violet!
Beautiful!
Oh, man!
That innovation could be what gets her that world title. But here's Spears. Drop, spins right now, and has Violet
That's a nasty Achilles lock. And for a high flyer, that's the proverbial Achilles heel. You can see Violet right now. That's going to slow her down a bit, Agent A. She gets in that hold one too many times.
And
the wing off the fly. Yeah, the wing off the fly could be ripped, and it did slow her down. But now, Violet looks like she's going to the power game almost. Queen Spears
is able to evade out of that. Spears looking maybe now for that big patented spear, but Violet moved out the way. German suplex from V. Then a clothesline.
Turned her inside out.
And goes now to the walls of Jericho. Nice right there, and down no.
Once again, La Chica del Hola Hola, Nahir Robles, who beat Lil Kim earlier tonight to win a championship shot against either of these women. I know she's got
this match closely, and
of course she is. Every single tick, every single maneuver they prefer is going in the notebook of that woman, Nahir Robles.
A drop kick now. It looks like King Spears is trying to target the arm of Violet after getting that same sheep in earlier, but Violet's able to slip out of harm's way. Grabbed up, and now
knee across the shin of Spears. Violet really taking her time and trying to dismantle the power game, the strength of Spears, which he relies on so much.
And they're flying.
Oh,
right?
a spear of her own almost.
Violet throwing her up into the corner turnbuckle now. High uppercut. And look at it, up to the sky. Nice drop kick.
The Women's Championship so prestigious. What a great legacy it has. Obviously.
And here's
oh my! Violet! Holy cow! What a double stomp!
The enigmatic Violet took to the sky, and look at this. Wait, that's one. That's a Destructo disc. Gets back for the second
She's
one.
She's not letting go, Agent A.
And three of them to the champion.
She is taking it to the women's champ. She is taking it to Queen Spears. I might have spoke too soon.
I don't know how Queen Spears is still up after taking the trifecta. But here she stands, and now she's going to get some shots to the low section. Nice elbow. Queen Spears has Violet. No, and Violet's foot hitting our announce table.
And Spears for a long time had this narrative about her where, of course, she was a former Divas champion, but she could never win the big one. And how could she call herself queen of the women's division here in the AWF if she's never been the world champion? Well, now she is. And she doesn't want to let that go by any means, because she is the queen, both as a title and holding the title.
If Violet gets a few good seconds here, it could be all over.
It could.
As she flies, nice. Spear!
It looked like Violet was just starting to rile up, and Queen Spears tore right through her.
What a shot. Gets a right hand. Now Violet, no, stops. Well, Queen Spears stops whatever Violet had. Coming up for her and float rope. Wow. Whoa. Tilt, twirl, whirl.
I can't even count how many spins that was.
Again, now these two exchanging. Was able to get Spears to the mat, but Spears is back. Clothesline, cover. And nothing now. That's one.
Kick out.
World title matchup still underway. And Queen Spears and Violet, it's too close to call between these two ladies. Queen Spears is trying to fire up back in here again. Violet tilting again, and then the core strength to be able to do that to Queen Spears.
She's landing on her head each and every single one of those times that Violet does that.
And here, going up again. That's another one. That's a crucifix.
A small package. Here we go.
Two.
Oh, God. I thought that was it.
Nearly to 3 count. Spear from the Queen.
Hellacious spear. And Violet might not be getting up from that one.
1, 2, 3. Oh, no. And that second one is what did the job.
The lights out in an instant. Violet was wrestling her match. Violet was looking like a future world champion, but the future is not today. Right now, at this very moment, Queen Spears is still just that, the Queen.
And she stands as AWF Women's World Champion once again as we end another AWF Chaos.
What a defense.
We thank you guys for watching. It was a hell of a show. And catch us this weekend live from the Dokanjon. I hope I said that right.
I hope you did too.
Budokan. Listen, guys, we'll be in Japan. See us on TIF. And we will see you then from Agent A
and Agent K. It's been nice hanging with you guys. See you next time.